Monday again, so I've got another move for Mondays. It could be done every day really, but I'm sticking with that cat-camel theme that we've done over the last few weeks. So do check back through the videos if you want to see the other variations that we've done so far. So I'm going to show you this one in a kneeling position on the floor. So remember, if you're not comfortable with pressure on those knees or with your feet tucked under at the back, having a cushion, a block or a pillow underneath your shins gives room for the ankle but also avoids direct pressure on the knees, meaning this move becomes accessible for you. So the variation I'm going to share with you today is more of a wave, moving through the body, and what it actually gives us is some fabulous movement through the pelvis. So we get automatic activation and release of the pelvic floor. There's then also lovely movement through the shoulders as those shoulder blades glide across the back and then glide down over the back of the rib cage. I'm going to talk you through how I integrate the breath to support particularly that pelvic floor link as well. And start small with this and then build it up, making the movement bigger as you want. You may need to move your hands as you get going. I'll explain that more as we start the move. The other reason why I love this variation of cat-camel is that it does take a good amount of concentration. Now, concentration is one of the fundamental principles of Pilates, and if we can bring our full focus to the movement that we're doing and integrate our breath with that, then not only does it feel delicious for our body, but it gives our brain a break from everything that's going on in the day-to-day as well. So it's a great calming mechanism at whatever point in your day that you want or need. So coming down to the floor, remember to support those shins if you're uncomfortable on your knees or through the ankles, and start by placing the hands down underneath the shoulders. So there should be a gap between your knees so that the knees are underneath the hips, and if your wrists aren't comfortable in this position, feel free to come up onto the fists like this or hold on to some handles. So for this one, we'll actually need those hands in front of the shoulders. So it's always good to start with them under, so then you know when they're forwards. And we're going to start this movement through the pelvis. So before we get going, what I want you to do is take a breath in, and when you're ready to breathe out, tuck that tailbone between your legs. Breathe in, allow that tailbone to come up into the air. Breathe out to tuck it under. So breathe in to let it ride into the air. Notice how when that tailbone is lifting into the air behind you, it feels like those sit bones in the centre of each buttock almost stretch or move apart. Breathe out to tuck under. Breathe in to lift. So we'll start to move this forwards and back now. So this time, as you breathe out, tuck that tailbone between your legs. Allow those hips to start to move forwards. As you notice them coming down towards the floor, let those shoulders slide down. So only lower those hips as far as you're comfortable to. And then when you're ready to breathe out again, you're going to keep the arms long, push the floor away, feel the shoulder blades round, tuck that tailbone under again, shift the hips back. When you need to breathe in, let that tailbone lift into the air and sink back as far as you are comfortable to. When you're ready to breathe out, tuck that tailbone under, bringing those hips forwards. As they sink down, take your breath in, open those shoulders away from the ears. Breathe out, push the floor down, tuck the tailbone under, shifting that weight back. Breathe in, let the tailbone come up into the air. Breathing out, tuck the tailbone under, shift the hips forwards. As they sink towards the floor, slide those shoulders away from the ears. Breathe out, push the floor down, rounding the shoulders, tailbone tucks between the legs, and then breathe in to lift that right up behind you. So as you get that flow going, particularly as you tuck that tailbone under to bring the hips forwards, you'll probably notice that you get a quite strong activation through the lower abdominal muscles as well. And you may or may not feel that pelvic floor activating and releasing. You will be doing it with the movement, hopefully with your breath as well. So it's a great way to switch it on, but also give it room to release and relax as well. So give that wave a go and let me know how it feels for you.